This is an in-depth investigation into the physical death of Jesus Christ. This is what I discovered. It's shocking. What Jesus endured was beyond human comprehension. Let me walk you through it with images to help you understand just a glimpse of what he went through. First, let's start with the scourging. This wasn't just any whipping. The Romans didn't use a cane or a leather belt. No. They used a whip laced with sharp bones, iron, and metal fragments. They would tie your hands to a thick wooden post so tightly that you couldn't move. You couldn't turn. You couldn't even flinch. And they stripped you naked. Each lash tore the skin. Each strike dug into his flesh, wrapped around his body, and when pulled back, ripped pieces of his skin off. There are documented cases where Roman scourging caused intestines to spill out or bones to be exposed. The whip wasn't for punishment. It was for destruction. And unlike the Jews who were limited to 39 strokes, the Romans flogged until they got tired. They beat you until they fainted or until you were barely alive. So if anyone survived a Roman scourging, mercy kept them alive. After that torment, they placed a heavy cross on him, after losing so much blood and fluid, and made him walk nearly a kilometer to Golgotha. He fell 3 times on that journey. Not because he was weak, but because his body was shutting down. And when his face was wiped by a woman, history says his bloody image was left on the cloth. He was bleeding from head to toe. Can I show you the scripture that captured this moment? Isaiah 52 verse 14, just as many were appalled at him. His appearance was so disfigured beyond that of any human being and his form marred beyond human likeness. He didn't even look human anymore. They beat him so much when he stood up, people were horrified. That alone could have killed him. But it didn't stop there. Then came the crucifixion. They didn't drive the nails through his palms like in movies. The nails were driven through his wrists, so that the weight of his body could hang there for hours. That's the goal of crucifixion. Slow suffocation. Do you know the word excruciating? It didn't exist before crucifixion. It comes from the word cruciate, which comes from crucify. So when you say excruciating pain, you're literally saying the kind of pain that comes from being crucified. Imagine this. His entire weight hanging from his wrists. The only support? A nail through his feet. And if he wanted to breathe, he had to pull himself up, on the nails, every single time. And remember, his back was already torn open. So with each pull upward, his raw back scraped against the rough wood. The pain in his wrists, his spine, his feet, it was unthinkable. He hung like this for 6 hours. 6 hours of breathing like that. 6 hours of lifting himself on torn flesh, just to gasp for air. Every breath was death. And while he hung there, they mocked him. Physician, heal yourself. Fake prophet. If you're the Son of God, come down. His mother was there watching. The same eyes that once held baby Jesus were now staring at him, naked, battered, bloody, and nailed to a tree. And as if the physical torture wasn't enough, he carried every sin, every sickness, cancer, HIV, diabetes, depression, shame, guilt, hatred. He became sin. And for the first time in eternity, God turned his face away. Jesus cried out, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani? My God, why have you forsaken me? He wasn't just alone physically. He was spiritually abandoned, disconnected, separated. In that moment he experienced hell, on that cross. The reproach of God came upon him. He didn't just go to hell, he carried hell inside himself. For you. Then came the final moment. He said, I thirst. They gave him vinegar. But he wasn't asking for water. He was asking for the river of life from God's throne. Something eternal. Something pure. And when it was done, when the price had been fully paid, when every sin was covered, he cried out, It is finished. And then he said, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. They didn't kill him. He gave his life. He said, No one takes my life from me. I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it up again. He could have died earlier. He could have skipped the pain. He could have escaped the scourging. But he chose to endure it all, until the sacrifice was complete. Because he'd rather go through hell than let you go to hell. If this touched your heart and you want more deep, life-changing stories like this, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, and comment your thoughts below. Until next time, remember, you were worth the price.